lover. She took the girl who says that I am the one. But the kid is not my son.
It turned out that Michael Jackson hadn't actually died. He had simply been confined to a mental institution, where he even became close friends with Homer. The whole story began with a laundry accident. Bart tossed his red hat into the washing machine, causing all of the clothes to be dyed pink. Left with no other choice, Homer went to work wearing a pink shirt, but Mr. Burns quickly noticed it. He refused to tolerate someone so unconventional among his employees. The very next moment, just as Homer was about to enjoy a donut, security guards forcibly dragged him away. Even though Homer explained how he had ended up wearing the pink shirt, no one believed him. The doctor then handed him a personality assessment form and instructed him to fill it out. Homer went home and asked Marge for help, but she refused. He then turned to Lisa, but she insisted that Homer listen to one of her poems first.
I had a cat named Snowball. She died. Mom said she was sleeping. She lied. Why, oh, why is my cat dead? Couldn't that Chrysler hit me instead? I had a hamster named Snuffy. He died.
No deal.
Trying to avoid the trouble, Homer finally asked Bart for help. Thanks to Bart's assistance, Homer ended up being admitted to a mental institution. He was stamped, locked inside a small isolation room, and assigned a roommate, a large man who introduced himself as Michael Jackson. To everyone's surprise, Homer had no idea who he was.
Oh, of course I've heard of you. I mean, you'd have to be living under a rock not to know. What'd you say your name was?
Michael Jackson.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Michael said all sorts of things to prove his identity, but Homer hadn't heard of any of them. Left with no other option, he decided to perform.
Billie Jean is not my lover. She took the girl who says that I am the one. But the kid is not my son.
Homer was completely won over by the music. Afterward, Michael showed him around the facility. Homer wanted to contact his family, but felt embarrassed about calling them from a mental institution. So Michael offered to help. He revealed who he claimed to be, but Bart remained skeptical. It wasn't until Michael answered several of Bart's questions correctly that Bart jumped up in excitement. He quickly wrote down the institution's address and moonwalked over to hand it to Marge. That night, Homer sat by his bed, crying sadly. Michael comforted him by singing,
Homer, the two of us need look no more. We both found what we were looking for. With a friend of my own, I'll never be alone. And you, my friend, will see you've got a friend in me.
The next day, Marge came to the institution to bail Homer out. She told the doctors that as long as Bart wasn't brought up in conversation, Homer was perfectly normal. Only then did the doctors remember Homer's admission test.
That's a spill on the floor with bugs going after it. They're gonna eat it. Good. Let's see. It's the boy! Isn't it fair?
Marge was finally reunited with Homer, and the doctor issued paperwork clarifying that Homer wasn't mentally ill. Homer then invited Michael to visit his home after being discharged. Michael gladly accepted and said they could leave right away. Meanwhile, because everyone had gone to pick up Homer, Lisa ended up singing Happy Birthday to herself. She was heartbroken. Soon after, Bart received a call from his father and learned that Michael would be visiting their house. Michael reminded Bart to keep it a secret, and Bart solemnly promised that he wouldn't tell a single living soul.
Huh?